everything is fine, nothing is broken. The only thing that's broken is the way that you're looking at your life. That's the only thing that's broken. That's the only thing that's wrong is the window that you see your life through. That's the only thing that's wrong. Nothing else is wrong. Everything else is fine. Tracy, so good to see you. Daily Dose, I see you. Mama, good morning. Good morning. Danny's in the building. What's up, Danny? So good to see you. Got my Tara in the building. Love you too, Danny. Love you too. Love you too, Mama. Good morning. Good morning. Sharice is in the building. What's going on, Sharice? So good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All is well. All is well. All is well. Nothing's broken. Nothing needs to be fixed. Everything is fine. You are exactly where you need to be right now. Be where your feet are. Be present. Do not apply yesterday's failures and mistakes to who you are today. I don't care what's going on in your life. Do not apply yesterday's failures and mistakes to who you are today. I don't care what's going on in your life. Do not apply to yourself. Do not apply yesterday's failures and mistakes to who you are today. Yesterday and today are not the same. Wake up today with a fresh mindset. You haven't lost today, so don't start adding a bunch of losses and failures and mistakes and who stopped loving you and all of these other things. Don't add that to yourself today. Do not do that to you. Do not foul you out of the game. Please don't do that to you. Please don't do that to you. That part right there, Tara. That part right there. I love that. That part right there. To write your story. Sophie, so good to see you. So good to see you, Mama. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Again, good morning, everyone. Peace and blessing to you all. Good morning. Happy Friday. Everything is fine. Nothing is broken. Nat's in the building. What's going on? That part right there. Vivid Selections. That part right there. I love it. I love it. Yeah. You know, we that part right there, all is well. And it really is. You know, the only thing, like I said, what's broken is the way we've been programmed and conditioned to look at our lives. Like I said, again, you know, we have the filter of good or bad, right or wrong. You've got 4 filters that you are trying to filter all of reality through. If you don't see that as being a catastrophic problem, then I don't know what you're seeing. If you don't see that as a problem, you got all of reality. For as powerful and mighty as reality is, and someone programmed you to condition you to look at reality through 4 tiny little filters, right or wrong, good or bad. That's it. Those are the filters you're seeing reality through. You're seeing all of life through those 4 filters. If you don't see that as a problem, then you got 2 problems now. If you don't see that as a problem, you now have 2 problems. That's why self-awareness is so important, because you get deprogrammed. You're not looking through your life, looking at your life through some program, because reality doesn't fit into your programs. Reality doesn't fit into your concepts. Reality is never going to align with the story that you've created in your mind regarding how you think things should be. Reality will never fit into the story that you have created in your mind regarding how you think things should be. That's where your suffering is coming from. All of your suffering is coming from your programming and conditioning, from nowhere else. All of your suffering is coming from your programming and conditioning, and the fact that reality can't fit into your programming and conditioning because it's too big. All of it. I didn't say some of your suffering. All of your suffering is coming from that. You've been programmed and conditioned to see your life a certain way. And anytime if something is out of alignment with the way you see your life and what you think should be happening in your life, you punish yourself. If that makes sense to you, for you to punish you, because who else is giving you the depression? You prescribe the depression. You prescribe the unhappiness, you prescribe the sadness, you prescribe the anger, you prescribe the frustration, you prescribe the moodiness and the gloominess. Why are you doing that to you? That's why self-awareness is so important, so that you stop punishing you. I don't mind you punishing somebody else, but damn, don't punish you. We need you to be in the game. We need you to be operating at a 5-star level. How can you operate at a 5-star level when you are the one that's lowering your own vibrational frequency? You are the one that's blocking happiness's presence in your life. You are the one that's disconnecting yourself from God, disconnecting yourself from love, disconnecting yourself from everything you need to transform yourself into the most powerful version of you, disconnecting yourself from belief, disconnecting yourself from faith. You are disconnecting yourself from everything, and then you turn it around and complaining about your life. Make it make sense. Then you turn right around and complain about your life because you're not motivated, because you're not inspired, because you're procrastinating, because you don't have a growth mindset. All of these things is coming because of the way that you're looking at your life and the fact that you keep punishing yourself. You're punishing yourself for things that is in your control. You're punishing yourself for things that are not in your control. All of the punishment and all of the suffering is coming from you, not from life, not from your circumstances, not from your significant other who may have walked out. Nothing is punishing you except for you. And what self-awareness is trying to teach you is stop punishing you. I don't give a damn who else you punish. Don't punish you. We need you in the game. If we're sitting here and it's game 7, championship game, you're the best player on the team. I'm talking about you are a star player. You got 5 fouls. We need you to stay in the game. You go over here and foul this person intentionally, we're going to lose the game. But that's what you're doing every day when you wake up and you hand yourself the anger. You hand yourself the unhappiness. You're not loving yourself. You're not believing in yourself. You're creating all of that. Reality doesn't create that. Your circumstances don't create that. Your relationships don't create that. You create that. We need you to be in the game for full throttle. You can't keep taking yourself out of the game and then turning around and complaining about the life that you have and I don't like this and I don't like that. You're running out of belief. You are draining the belief. You are draining the faith. You are draining the trust that you have in yourself. You're draining everything. Everything that you need to become the most powerful version of yourself, you disconnect yourself from. Make that make sense. God is looking at you like if you would just get out of your own way for 5 minutes, we might be able to win the game. If you would just get out of your own way for 5 minutes, man. Stop wanting things to be how you want them to be. Stop wanting people to be what you need them to be for you so that you can be happy and you can feel pleasure and you can feel joy and you can feel this. Man, focus on yourself. Leave people alone. People are broken. Leave them alone. Let them be what they are. You don't need people to become the most powerful version of you. You don't need people to validate you. You don't need people to believe in you. You don't need people to support you. You don't need people to love you. Give yourself all of those things first. How about that? How about you give yourself all of those things and then whatever someone else decides to give you is just cherry on the sundae. Stop wanting people to be the sundae. People are broken. They are mistake-making machines. They are trying to figure out life just like you, walking around and pretending just like you, wearing the mask, pretending to be successful, pretending to be happy, pretending to be this, pretending to be that. And then the moment you add this person to your life, you find out just how much pretending they were doing. Now you sitting here and you're emotionally connected to the person, man. Nah, man. Focus on yourself. Focus on you. If all you talk about is your problems, you become the problem. If all you talk about is what's wrong with your life, you become what's wrong with your life. Focus on who you are becoming, not on who you used to be. You have to break the agreement with who you used to be. That's why some of you guys haven't transformed to become the most powerful version of yourself, because you haven't broken the agreement with who you used to be. You got one foot in the door of who you're trying to become and one foot in the door of who you used to be. And you're thinking from both perspectives. Man, you got to decide. Pick a side. Stand on one side of the road or the other. Stop placing more value on what's missing from your life than you do on what's there. And we'll transform the whole world right there. If you could just do that right there. Stop placing more value on what's missing from your life than you do on what's there. That's what's producing all of your unhappiness. You place more value on what's gone. You place more value on what's missing. You place more value on who's not loving you than you do on the people that do love you, than you do on what is there. That's what's producing all of your unhappiness. I don't even have to know you to know that. If you're unhappy, happiness is simple. Happiness is probably one of the easiest things to keep in your life. But the problem is that you place more value on what's missing than you do on what's there. You place more value on your wounds than you do on your victories. So happiness is like, I'm out. You don't need me. You're doing a good job of punishing yourself. One more time, if all you focus on is your problems, you become the problem. If all you focus on is what's wrong with your life, you become what's wrong with your life. The life you receive is the life you focus on, because energy flows where your focus goes. Wherever you set your focus down, that's where your energy is going. So if you're focusing on what's missing and focusing on what you don't have and focusing on who stopped loving you and focusing on who walked out of your life, that's where you're going to only create more of what you don't want already. Stop doing subtraction. You are not a calculator. Stop doing subtraction. That part right there, Vonnie. That part right there. All right, let's get busy. I'm telling you, if you want a new life, you have to break the agreement with your old life. Some of you guys haven't broken that agreement. Some of you guys are still hanging on to that agreement, still hanging on to the old version of you, but you're trying to become the new version of you at the same time. It's not going to work for you that way. Change is the essence of life. You got to be willing to surrender who you were so that you can become the version of you that God is trying to transform you into. Some of you guys haven't surrendered yet because you're still looking for evidence. You're still looking for some sign. See, that's our mindset. Our mindset is, ooh, I'll start acting like that when the evidence shows up, right? I'll start acting like that when I get to promotion. I'll start acting like the office manager when I become the office manager. You'll never become the office manager that way. You'll never become the most powerful version of yourself that way. I've got to mentally, emotionally, and spiritually and physically embody that person that I want to be right now. I don't need evidence. That's how manifestation works. I've got to walk, act, talk, think, and show up like that person right now. And the moment that I make the decision that this is going to be my life, the universe begins to conspire to bring and fill my life with everything that I need to support what I already believe to be true. But if I'm sitting back waiting, see, you don't become what you want. You become what you believe. You are attracting based upon what you believe to be true about you. So if you don't think you're the baddest thing walking, the universe won't think that. If you don't think that you're the greatest asset to this planet, the universe will never think that. The universe will believe what you believe. But what it won't do is give you evidence for something that you don't even believe to be true about you. I I'm the greatest speaker in history. That's what I believe. I don't need you to believe it. I need to believe it. And the moment that I believe it, the universe will conspire. The universe will begin to send me everything I need to support my belief because I believe it. You waiting on someone else to believe in you. You waiting on someone else to validate you. You waiting on someone else to pump you up and motivate you and all of these things. If you don't have the life that you want, that should be all the motivation you need. If your family doesn't have generational wealth right now, that should be all the motivation you need. If you don't have the body that you want right now, that should be all the motivation you need. If you still need somebody to pump you up after all of that, you're the problem. I told God I'm becoming the greatest speaker in human history. That's what I believe. I don't need you to believe it. It has nothing to do with your belief. This is my goal, my journey, my path. Guess what I do? Show up as that version of me every day. Guess what I do? Study like that person every day. Guess what I do? Think like that person every day. Guess what I do? Believe like that person every day. Guess what I am? Unlimited faith, unlimited belief. I already believe that I'm that person. And the universe is already conspiring and doing everything that I need to support what I believe to be true about me. When you walk like that, that's what your life will become. I will become what I believe I am. But I will never become anything if I don't believe it first. That's why you guys got it backwards, man. You waiting for evidence first. You are the evidence. Start acting like that person that you want to become right now. How do they walk? How do they talk? How do they act? How do they dress? How do they think? What do they accept? What do they not accept? Start walking like that person now. You don't wait to become the person to start acting like the person. The universe doesn't work that way. I show up as that person every single day. Not sometimes, not part-time, not when I feel like it, not when I'm motivated and inspired, not when everything is lining up to be what I need it to be. I don't give a damn if it's raining. I don't give a damn if it's snowing. I don't give a damn if there's a fire going on the other side of the world. I'm showing up as that version of me every single day. It's already cemented. I've already broken the agreement with who I was. I've already broken the agreement with who I used to be. I'm already standing in the shoes of that version of me. I don't have a choice. I'm already that person. Already that person. That's what you got to understand. That part right there, you got to already be that person right now. You don't wait for evidence to become that person. Anybody can do that. Anybody can wait for evidence to become the most powerful version of themselves. Anybody can do that. You're not doing anything special. Who do you become when you're not motivated? Who do you become when you're not inspired? Who do you become when that person that you were so in love with walks out of your life? Who do you spiral into in those moments? Who do you spiral into when it looks like everything is going out of the window and life is not going the way you want it to go? Who do you become then? Because that version of you is what's going to ultimately determine who you become. Not the version of you that you pretend to be, the version of you that you are when it looks like everything is going out of the window. That's when I'm the coldest version of me. I'm the most powerful version of me in that moment. I don't give a damn when everything is lining up. Anybody can show up and show out when everything is going the way you want it to go. Who do you become when nothing seems like it's going your way? When this person walks out of your life, when this person passes you over for that promotion, who do you become then? Some of us only shine in life when everything is going the way you need it to go. Anybody can do that. You're not doing anything special. See, you don't ever break the agreement with you. That's the secret. The secret is you never break the agreement with you, no matter what's happening in the world outside of you, because sometimes God is testing you. How can I trust you if every time something doesn't go the way you need it to go, you fall apart? How can I trust you if all of the people that I'm giving you access to, you attach to and you're clinging to? How can I trust you when every time something doesn't go the way you think it should, you go and spiral into depression? How can I trust you? How can I trust you? Every
time something doesn't go the way you go, you fall into a temper tantrum. You start withdrawing from people, going in the room, you binge watching Netflix, not going to the gym, not taking care of yourself, not loving yourself. How can I trust you? I need to know who you are when the storm comes. I need to know who you are when no one's loving you. I need to know who you are when there's no external belief. I need to know who you are when no one's validating you. I need to know who you are when no one else shows up for you but you. Don't break the agreement that you have with yourself. No matter what the storm is outside of you, no matter what's happening from an external perspective, you don't ever break the agreement that you have with you. I will always show up for me. I don't give a damn who's there, how much money I have. Because if your happiness is tied to how much money you have, you don't have happiness. If your happiness is tied to your material possessions, you don't have anything. If your happiness is tied to who's loving you, you don't have anything. If your happiness is tied to what you got access to or how famous you are, your little degrees or certifications, you don't have anything. Your happiness can never be tied to anything outside of you. My happiness is anchored to the fact that I come from the most powerful thing in the universe, period. I don't need anything else. Everything else is extra. My happiness comes from my relationship with God, period. I don't need anything else. Everything else is extra. Anything else he gives me, wonderful. Whatever he takes away, wonderful. I'm going to add this to you, son, wonderful. I'm going to take this away from you because it's wonderful. Everything is wonderful. What he takes, what he adds, wonderful. See, what we fail to realize is that inside of every person you know, there's a version of them that you don't know. And the problem is you're only focused on the version of that person that you know. God is seeing who they are when you're not around. So sometimes when he removes somebody from your life, it's because he sees who they are. You may not see it. Your friends may not see it. Your family may not see it, but he sees everything. He said, oh no, let me remove you. Let me get you out of the way. Because he sees that you were trusting. He sees that you were so focused on this person, but he also knows that you couldn't see what you couldn't see. So he removed that person from your life. I don't need to understand. When this person walks out, I trust his judgment. I'm not questioning anything. That's why detachment is so important. You're not supposed to be clinging to anything. You're not supposed to be attached to anything. So that way, when something comes or something goes, it's wonderful. It's all wonderful because nothing belongs to me. Everything is a gift to me. I inherit everything, and I'm going to value the thing while I have it. And if God decides that it needs to go, then it needs to go. His judgment is way better than mine. Some of you guys are in situations where when he removes somebody from your life, you fall apart. I'm talking about clean apart, fell apart, forgot about the mission, forgot about the plan, forgot about the gifts, forgot about all of the people that are connected to you, fell apart. So how are you going to trust you? When you one human being away from giving all of your gifts away, one human being away from giving all of your best resources away, one human being away from giving away everything that you are, he can't trust you. Can't put no trust in you. You a liability to yourself because you need someone to love you. You need someone to be your happiness. You need someone to be your everything. You're a liability. You're not an asset to yourself. All of those things have to come from you. Those things can never come from outside of you. Not only that, you're only experiencing your own love anyways. You've never experienced someone else's love in the history of your life. But you don't realize that when you lack self-awareness. You don't realize that at all. That's what's so sad about our world. You got all these people walking around. You don't even realize that. You think it's coming from them. That's why you became attached.
Tamika, elaborate on what's that. Come on, Destiny. That's my Destiny right there. She growing so much. She growing like a little weed. Getting ready to be the tallest tree in the forest. I'm trying to see what Tamika was, her question. Word up, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Tamika, do me a favor and pin what Tamika just pin her. Yeah, Tamika. So, we're so powerful that we don't realize, most people, and you won't fully, you may not, maybe you'll get it, because I'm gonna try to break it down in a way that I know you won't miss it. But the secret to life, all of life, not some pieces, not some parts, the secret to life is meaning and emotion. Okay, meaning and emotion. You are so powerful. I need you to understand this. I'm talking to your spirit right now, not to your programming and conditioning. You are so powerful that you literally give meaning to life. Nothing in life comes with a predefined meaning. Nothing in life comes with a predetermined meaning. That's why everyone has a different definition of what happiness is. That's why everyone has a different definition of what love is. That's why everyone has a different definition of what success is. Why? Because we are all giving a different meaning to that. Meaning comes from you. Now, here's what I need you to understand. The moment you attach meaning to something, you unlock what was already in you. Why? Because meaning unlocks emotion. Meaning unlocks emotion. So the moment that you attach meaning, so let me tell you what happened to you. You added someone new to your life. Doesn't matter who it was. You added this new romantic partner to your life. When you added the new romantic partner to your life, you attached meaning to that person. And when you attach meaning to that person being in your life, you unlocked what was already inside of you. What you were experiencing is your own love. And then let me tell you what you did. You created a story in your mind about who you thought they were. Our emotions also live in the stories that we tell ourselves about other people. So you created a story in your mind about who you thought this person was. What you fell in love with is the story that you created about who you thought they were. What you fell in love with is the version of yourself that you got to become in their presence. What you fell in love with is the role that this person played in your life because you attached meaning to all of that. Now, if you can sit here and tell me that some scientist walked into your house or into your apartment and hooked wires up to you and hooked wires up to your romantic partner and transferred love to you, transferred their happiness to you, transferred their joy over to you, then I would tell you you're right. But it didn't come that way. You know that and I know that. Why? Because what you did is you attached meaning to the person. And when you attach meaning to the person, you unlocked what was already inside of you. You are the greatest love story ever told. But people don't talk about this because 99.9% of the people on the face of this earth lack self-awareness. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you just how much God loves you. He loves you so much that he wanted to make sure that no one would ever be able to deny you of anything. What you experience is you. So there's anytime that you attach meaning to anything, you unlock what's there. You attach meaning to your job. You attach meaning to your relationships. You attach meaning to your kids. You attach meaning to what's happening in your current circumstances. You attach meaning to what's happened in all of your yesterdays. That's where your depression comes from. Your fear comes from you attaching meaning to the future and what you think might happen in all of your tomorrows. That's what's happening to you.
You create every single positive or negative emotion that you experience because you attach meaning to everything. You are a meaning-making machine. Before you are anything else, you are that. And so now here's the secret to awareness. What is awareness trying to do for me? Awareness is trying to get you to stop punishing yourself, to stop attaching a negative meaning, to stop creating negative stories in your mind, because it's the negative meaning and the negative stories that you create that's causing you to suffer. So whatever it is that happened, for example, the wounds that you experienced, the pain that you experienced in all of your yesterdays isn't in the present moment. It's in some previous moment. But what you continue to do is attach meaning to what happened in all of your yesterdays. And then that unlocks the depression. That unlocks the unhappiness. That unlocks the moodiness. So it's all coming from you. Nothing on this planet is more powerful than you, but you don't realize that. And you do it so quickly. You attach meaning to everything. Every time you see something, you're attaching meaning to it. When you see a brand new baby, you attach meaning to that. You feel joy. When someone criticizes you, you attach meaning to that. You feel anger. When someone cuts you off in traffic, you attach meaning to that. You experience rage. All of it is coming from you. Not some of it, not a piece of it, all of it. Hopefully you got that. Hopefully you got that. Meaning unlocks emotion. The secret to life is meaning and emotion. That's it. Don't overthink it. Don't apply more to it than what needs to be. The secret to life itself is meaning and emotion. The moment you attach meaning to something, you unlock the emotion. You attach meaning to your partner, you unlock the love that was already inside of you. And let me tell you what we fall in love with. We fall in love with our ideas about people. We fall in love with our judgment about people. We fall in love with our hopeful expectations about who they are. Let me qualify it. Watch this. Let me qualify it. This right here should solidify it for you. You've been in love with somebody before in the past. Why'd you fall out of love? Why'd you fall out? You were in love with someone in the past and then you fell out of love. How'd that happen? How'd you fall out of love? I tell you how. Because your beliefs about them had changed, because your ideas about them had changed, because your prejudices toward them, meaning the fixed mindset that you created, had changed, right? Your expectations that you had placed on them had been shattered. All of that, but all of that was happening inside of you. It had nothing to do with them. This is what you were projecting onto them. Had nothing to do with the person. Because you were never in love with the person. Because if you were in love with the person, you would have never fallen out of love with them. Being in love with them means that you love them at their essence. It means that whatever it is they did, whether they cheated on you, lied to you, you would have understood that. You never met the person at their essence, because most of us don't know ourselves that deeply. So you didn't meet the person at their essence. What you met was their personality. What you met was their persona. What you met was their level of education. What you met was the story that they sold you regarding who they were going to be in your life. That's what you met. That's what you fell in love with. You never fell in love with the person. You fell in love with what the person sold you. This is what I'm saying. So we have to understand how it all works here. And then you attached meaning to that. And then you unlocked what was already inside of you. I've been doing this for 2 decades. I'm a master at this. We don't fall in love with people. Most people don't know who they are. See, if I know who you are at your essence, watch this. Let me qualify it. If I know who you are at your essence, then nothing you would do would surprise me. Think about what I'm saying. This to show you, this to qualify the point that we don't fall in love with people. Because if you really fell in love with the person, that means that you would know who they are at their essence. That means that nothing that they would do would ever surprise you. Whether they lied to you, you wouldn't be surprised. If they cheated on you, you wouldn't be surprised. Because you know who they are. No, you don't know who they are because you never knew who they were. You knew what they sold you. And that's what I'm saying. We jump into relationships with this version of this person that they sell us as, right? Like, this is who I am and this is what I do. And you start creating stories about how you're going to benefit and the role that this person's going to play in your life and how much value they add to you and who you get to become in their presence. That's what we fall in love with. Because when you know someone at their essence, there is nothing that person can do that would surprise you. So when you found out all of the things that they really do, all of the things that they really are, you wanted to disconnect from that. Well, why would you do that? If you really fell in love with the person at their essence, why would you do that? Let me tell you this. Look at it this way. If you got kids, you love your kids at their essence. You don't love them on the surface. You love them at their essence. So anything that your kids do, it doesn't surprise you. You know when they lying. You know when they telling the truth. You know when they scared. You know all of that. Why? Because you know who they are at their essence. You would never stop loving them for something that they do because you know who they really are. We don't know our romantic partners that deeply. We never know them that deeply because we don't know ourselves that deeply. That part right there, Tara. Think about your kids. Your kids can come in the house right now and lie to you. None of the love that you have for them would stop. But if that romantic partner came in and started lying to you, you would instantly shift the way you feel about that person. Why would you do that? Because you place certain expectations on them. You didn't expect certain things. You have no expectations on your kids when it comes to stuff like that because you love who they really are. You're not looking at them through that filter. That's what I'm saying. That's real love. We don't love other people from a romantic perspective that deeply, again, because we don't know ourselves that deeply. So we fall in love with our expectations. We fall in love with the story that we create. We fall in love with our beliefs about them. We fall in love with our ideas about them. We fall in love with the version of ourselves that we get to become in their presence. We fall in love with superficial stuff. Never the person, only who we think they are. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's real love. Our love for people is conditional. We have conditional love when it comes to people, unconditional love when it comes to our kids. But unconditional love is the only love. Conditional love is not love. There's not two different types of love. Don't let somebody program and condition you to think that. There's just unconditional love, and then there's everything that's not. You love your kids unconditionally, but that's how you're supposed to love everything and everyone, not just certain people because they align with what you want. That part right there, conditional love isn't love at all. But that's what most people are operating out of. That's why our world is in the mess that it's in right now, because everyone is operating on some conditional love system. We all want unconditional love, but you walked into the relationship carrying a bag full of conditions. We want unconditional love for ourselves, but we come in carrying a bag full of conditions. I need you to be this for me and be that for me and live up to my expectations and make me happy and entertain me and be my joy and be my excitement and be everything that I'm not for myself. And then the moment that you are not living up to what I think you should be, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to punish myself. I'm going to create my own unhappiness. I'm going to stop loving myself. I'm going to stop believing in myself. Why? Because I need you to be everything for me that I'm not for me. That's how most people are jumping into relationships. I'm telling you. moment that someone doesn't live up to your expectations, you punish yourself. Where's the emotional intelligence? The moment that someone walks out of your life, you punish yourself. Where's the emotional intelligence? The moment that someone lies to you, you punish yourself. Where's the emotional intelligence? The moment that someone chooses to go live their life because maybe they are tired of the experience called you, you punish yourself. Where is the emotional intelligence? I'm just asking. Where's it at? That's the problem with our world. Like I said again, the world isn't suffering due to a lack of religion. The world is suffering due to a lack of self-awareness. The world is suffering due to a lack of emotional intelligence. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you punish yourself. Make that make sense. Someone cuts you in the line at the Starbucks, you punish yourself. Make that make sense. Someone criticizes you because they don't like your blouse or they don't like your suit, you punish yourself. Make it make sense. That's all I'm asking. Just make it make sense. How are you going to become the most powerful version of yourself if you're always busy punishing yourself for what someone else thinks about you or how they feel about you or what their perception of you is? None of that matters. But we give so much of our power away. Because you said, how are we punishing ourselves? Pin that up there for me, please. Let me make sure I read that correctly. Can somebody pin that? You're punishing yourself because you generate the feeling. You release the feeling. You create the feeling. The anger doesn't come from outside of you. It comes from you. The unhappiness doesn't come from outside of you. It comes from you. So when that person cuts you off in traffic, you attach meaning to that. When you attach meaning to that, you unlock the anger. When that person criticizes you, you attach meaning to that. When you attach meaning to that, you unlock the unhappiness. You're unlocking it all. That's how you're punishing yourself. Because you're allowing the world outside of you to control the world that's happening inside of you. You're giving your power away. Where's the emotional intelligence? I'm just asking, where's it at? You don't have control over yourself. And the very people that don't have control over themselves is the one that wants to be in control of someone else. Why would you want to be leading someone else? You can't even lead you. The most important person on the planet that you will ever lead is yourself. You can't lead you. You need everybody to compliment you, everyone to praise you, everyone to tell you how great and amazing you are. And the moment that you meet someone that tells you something that's out of alignment with what you believe to be true about yourself, you upset yourself. You punish yourself. You're unhappy. You're ready to fight. All of these things, you have no control over yourself. You've been programmed and conditioned to chase everything in life except yourself. You've caught the car, wonderful, you didn't catch you. You caught the house, wonderful, you didn't catch you. You caught the relationship, wonderful, you didn't catch you. You got the kids, wonderful, you don't have you. If you don't have you, you don't have anything of real value. I gotta have me first. Because if I don't have me first, I am a liability to every single person I come in contact with. Your job is to be the asset. You can never be the liability for yourself. Always the asset. I'm always the asset. I can never be the liability. Never. Give a damn what's going on outside. I can never be the liability. And that's exactly what you transform into when someone doesn't be what you need them to be for you. You transform into the liability. You're no longer the asset. This is why I tell you guys, there's nothing on the planet that justifies you having a negative feeling. There is nothing in human history that justifies you having the negative feeling. You're the divine. What are you feeling negative about? You're the divine. What are you feeling negative about? Because someone doesn't have a favorable opinion of you. They don't have a favorable opinion of themselves. They don't think highly of themselves. Why are you worried about what they think about you? I need everybody to like me. That's your ego. I need everybody to validate me. That's your ego. I need everybody to like the shirt because I like the shirt. That's your ego. Your ego has done more damage to you than every person you have ever called an enemy in your life. The enemy in your life is ego. That's the destroyer in your life. Your ego. Oh, it's crushing you, man. You don't even see it. And because you think about you all day, you think everyone else is thinking about you. You walk in the restaurant, you got a little stain on your shirt. You think everybody's looking at the stain. Nobody's paying attention to you. People are too focused on their problems. They're too focused on their challenges. They're too focused on that argument that they had this morning. But because you think about you so much, you think that everyone else is thinking about you. Wake up. Stop living in your mind and start living in reality. You're not experiencing reality. You're only experiencing your own thoughts about reality. That's your suffering. Your suffering is coming from that. You're not experiencing reality. You're only experiencing what you think about reality. You spend the whole time up here. If all there is, watch this right here. If all there is this present moment, what does that make you? I need you to catch this with your whole spirit. I said, if all there is this present moment, what does that make you? That's a direct question. It's not rhetorical. If all there is, I'm giving you truth right now. I'm giving you God's truth right now. If all there is this present moment. Well, wait a minute. Come on, man. You got to catch this. Catch what I'm saying. God is reality. That's what he is. He is reality. All there is this moment. Catch this. All there is this moment. So if all there is this moment, right? What does that make you? Set your programming and conditioning down for 5 minutes so you can see what I'm saying to you. Set your ego down for 5 minutes so that we can have an intelligent conversation. If all there is the present moment, and that is the truth, that's all there is, what does that make you? What does it make you? Somebody block Riri, please. What does that make you? The present moment. I am the moment. Think about what I'm saying. If God is reality, it's what he is. He's reality. He's everything, omnipresent, everywhere, everything, in everything. And if the present moment is all, we don't have yesterday, we know that. We don't have tomorrow, we know that. All we have is this moment. So if all we have is this moment, well, what does that make you? See, what happens with our ego is that our ego disconnects us. It makes us think that we are separate and apart. That's why in self-awareness, the first thing that has to go is your ego. Why? Because it makes you think that you're different. It makes you think that you're disconnected. It's duality. You're seeing two different things at the same time. No, all there is this moment. You are the moment. It's what you are. You are the moment. And your only job is to focus on, see, that's what awareness is doing, but that's also what reality is doing. Reality is only waking up the divine in you. There's no such thing as good or bad emotions. Everything that's happening in your life is only happening in your life because it's trying to keep you in alignment. That's it. That's all. Every single emotion that you experience is only trying to keep you in alignment with truth. Keep you in alignment with reality. Keep you in alignment with God because God is reality and he wants you to be in alignment with him. But anytime you focus on what happened yesterday, you're out of alignment. Anytime you focus on what might happen tomorrow, you're out of alignment. Anytime that you're stressed out or worried about what might happen 5 minutes from now, you're out of alignment. So you're thinking yourself into unhappiness. You're thinking yourself into anxiety. You're thinking yourself into all of these things. But you don't have positive or negative emotions. You just have emotions, and they have one job, one function, to keep you in alignment. That's it. That's all. You are the moment. And so your only job, that's where self-observation kicks in. Because now my only job is to protect what I am. But I can't protect what I am if I keep allowing things that no longer add value to me to have access to me. I keep showing up small. I'm shrinking in the moment. I'm placing people on pedestals. I'm not speaking my truth. You're out of alignment. You're out of alignment. You're out of alignment. That's it. It's the only thing that's wrong. Yeah, because it's, but it makes sense to me. All of it makes sense to me. And what I mean by it makes sense to me, when you're standing on the other side of awareness, you'll understand this. You needed everything to happen. You needed all of the negative things to happen, because if the negative things didn't happen, you would never have your spiritual awakening. That's what I need you to understand. You would never become the most powerful version of yourself if the negative things didn't happen to you. Right? You needed those negative things to happen to you, right? In order for your spiritual awakening to come. And so without all of the things that have happened in your yesterday, you don't need to identify with that version of you, because you're no longer that version of you. You're not even who you were 5 seconds ago. You're not who you were 5 years ago, 5 months ago. You're none of those things. You're who you are in this moment, and you're who you decide to be as a result of everything that happened to you. Get locked into the present moment, because you are it. Take everything out of your life that takes you out of alignment with who you are. Remove every single person that disconnects you from the divine in you. That's your holy purpose and your mission. I need to show up to everything I do as the most authentic version of myself. I can't show up small anymore. I can't not speak my truth anymore. I can't tolerate the disrespect. I can't walk on eggshells for you. You're not that important, because the moment that I do that, I'm disconnected from God in that moment. I'm out of alignment with Him. You're not that important to take me out of alignment with my source. You're just not that important, person. Not only that, your life is in a mess. And when you start studying self-awareness, you're going to understand that. The moment you lose your attachment to people, you'll understand just how ordinary they are. This person's life is in a mess. They probably haven't done the work. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to project that mess onto you. You got caught up with the packaging. It doesn't matter what the packaging is around the programming and conditioning. You're in a relationship with the programming and conditioning. You're in a relationship with their wounds. You're in a relationship with the unhealed versions of them. That's what you're in a relationship with. Stop getting caught up on degrees and certifications, and they drive this type of car and they make that much money. You're not in a relationship with those things. You're in a relationship with that person's programming and conditioning. And that's what's going to determine the quality of the relationship. Not what they've achieved in life, but who they are underneath the achievements. That's what you want to focus on. We get caught up on all the surface level stuff, and then we wonder why the relationship fell apart. You didn't know the person at their essence. You never got to know and understand who they are, because we don't know ourselves that deeply. That's why I tell you guys, you got to see through yourself first. Because if you don't see through you, you'll never see through anyone else. Just say it to yourself. My life is in a mess. It's the most beautiful thing in the world, because there's freedom there. There's no more pretending there. My life is in a mess, and the mess is the byproduct of my programming and conditioning. I didn't create the programming and conditioning, but it's my job to become the solution to it. So I don't need to blame anyone. There's no one to blame, no one to point the finger at, no one to be unhappy with, none of that. My life's in a mess. Beautiful thing. Guess what's there? Freedom. Guess what's there? Happiness. Guess what's there? Joy. Why? Because I didn't create the mess, but I'm in the process of becoming the masterpiece. I'm in the process of becoming the greatest version of me. I'll take care of the mess, but you take care of yours. I don't want to become, I don't need to add your mess to my mess. Now we got all this drama going on. Hang on, you guys. That's what we're doing. Yeah, real quick. My name is Jordan Williams. I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, just helping people to become the most powerful versions of themselves. Helping people to understand that you are both the problem and the solution to your own life. You are the medicine, you are the cure, you are the blessing, you are the answer, you are the way, you are the path, you are the goal, period. Stand on that. That's where you live. Stand on that right there. That's what God created you for. He wasn't thinking about your significant other when he created you. He wasn't thinking about your kids when he created you. He wasn't thinking about your friends and family when he created you. He created you for a purpose. My job is to help you discover what it is. I'm great at what I do. I'm not here to help you change the tire. I won't help you clean the house. I can't help you paint the side of the wall. What I can do is help you discover what your purpose is. What I can do is help you from going from being the inmate in your life to the warden. See, every single person is either the warden or the inmate to their own life. The inmate carries the pain. The inmate obsesses over who you were yesterday. The inmate is always focused on what might happen tomorrow. The warden is free. The warden works at the prison, but does not live in the prison. And that's why I say to you guys, my life is in a mess. Most beautiful thing in the world. My life is in a mess. And guess what? I didn't create it. My parents deposited the mess. My grandparents deposited the mess. Society and my culture deposited the mess. Religion deposited the mess. My job is to figure the mess out. And I got to do that on my own. I've got to walk my own path. I've got to walk my own journey. I've got to trust in God. I've got to put my faith in him that between the two of us, are we going to figure the mess out? Guaranteed. But what I can't do is not solve the mess that's going on in my mind because I'm too busy chasing someone else. I'm too busy adding people to my life. Addition, subtraction is addition. You don't need to add more people to your life. You need to subtract what's no longer adding value to you. You need to subtract what's no longer serving you. You need to subtract what's already let go of you. Stop chasing what your heart has been running away from. Most beautiful thing in the world. My life is in a mess. Wonderful. But I didn't create the mess. So I'm not going to punish me another day. I'm not going to punish me for who I used to be. I'm not going to punish me for my failures and mistakes. I'm not going to punish me for who stopped loving me. No more punishing me. I'll figure out the mess. I'll master it. And the moment I do that through self-awareness, through self-mastery, it's game over. Everyone has to figure out their own mess. You're going to be walking somewhere, whether you at the gas station, you at the mall, somebody's going to approach you. Understand in that moment their life is in a mess. And that person may not even be working on the mess. They may be trying to hand the mess off to you. Stop adding people to your life when you don't understand what's behind the mess. I'm telling you what's real. There is a mess there. That part I can tell you. Because if you don't have your mess figured out, that means that you are an energetic match for anyone else that doesn't have their mess figured out. That's what you need to understand. You're going to either be at a gas station, you're going to be at a Starbucks, you're going to be at the gym, and somebody's going to walk up to you. And guess what? The mess is always packaged so beautifully. Oh, the packaging is beautiful. Beautiful packaging on the mess until you open it. And you ain't going to figure out what's inside the mess until 6 months later, a year later. You done invested all of this energy, all of this time, all of this focus, only to find out that the mess is too much for you to deal with. I'm telling you what's real. But the moment you master you master everything. You master everything. I just need to understand what happened. I need to understand that deposits was made in me. There were deposits. Why? Because you came into the world as unconditional love. Let's live in the truth. That's how you came into the world. You came into the world as unconditional love. The day you were born, you were the closest thing to God in that moment. That's why you were unconditional love. That's why you were happiness. That's why you were joy. That's why you were bliss. That's why you were all of those things. You were all of those things because you were the closest thing to God in that moment. You were uncontaminated in that moment with everyone else's beliefs and their pain and their wounds and the way that they would project themselves onto you and their ideas and their limiting beliefs and their doubts and their fears. All of that got projected onto you. So you didn't create the mess. But it is your job to figure it out. And once you figure out the mess, it's game over. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can hurt you anymore. See, anytime that you doubt yourself, the doubts aren't actually coming from you. The doubts are coming from something that has been programmed into you. Anytime that you're not loving yourself, that's actually not coming from you. That's coming from a program that someone else deposited in themselves because they weren't loving themselves. Anytime that you're afraid, it's actually not coming from you. It's coming from something that was deposited in you. Once you start studying self-awareness, you'll understand this. I don't punish myself for anything. I'm like, oh, I got somebody's mess. If you look back, you'll see it. See, when you were born, there were no programs running. There were no programs. That's why you were blissfully happy. Right now, you got a mind full of programs. Everybody else's program is running in you right now. That part right there, generational mess. But again, when you look at your life through that filter, it's beautiful. And let me tell you why it's beautiful, because it gives you clarity. And then when you look at someone else before you add that person to your life, you can say that person's life is in a mess as well. Now, if you've already become self-aware, if you're already spiritually awakened, then that person that you've added or that person that's attracted to you in that moment is probably an energetic match for what you are. Meaning, you've done the work, they've done the work. The relationship is going to be harmonious because no one is projecting their wounds on to the other person anymore. But if you're not there yet, if you're still in the process of becoming the most powerful version of yourself, understand that this person that you're getting ready to add probably hasn't even dealt with their mess yet. And that should knock that person down and get you to jump into reality so that you don't just see that person through your needs or see that person through your loneliness or see that person through your desires or see that person through what's missing in you. You can look at that person and say, yeah, you're handsome, or yeah, you're beautiful, but your life is in a mess. That's what you're thinking. I'm not saying that's what you're saying to them, but you're thinking that. Do I want to deal with that mess? Do I want to wait to discover what that mess is? Or do I want to continue to work on me, climb my mountain, make it to the top of who I'm supposed to be before I start adding all these distractions in my life? That makes sense? Yeah, because I don't know how much, what the mess looks like to you. I may not want to deal with that. Maybe just a little bit too much. I may be this close to solving my mess and you just starting. You at the base of the mountain now. Nah, I can't do it. That part right there, D, I'm betting on me. I got to get to the top of the mountain. My view, I'm going to love my view when I get to the top of the mountain, but I may never make it to the top of the mountain if I'm always adding people to my life. And now I have to restart my life and jumpstart my life again because I've added some person. I had to help them figure out their mess and be their motivational speaker and be their life coach and be the therapist and all of these other things. Again, because we walk into the relationship pretending. Walk into the relationship that we have it all together. People have sat right across you. I wasn't even there. I don't got no drama in my life. Everything in my life good. You got a whole mess going on. Jumper cables and dead batteries. That part right there. You got to stop being the jumper cables for people that carry the same energy as you. Yeah, and then you got to understand that if a person is willing to lie to themselves, they'll never be honest with you. Why would you expect honesty from this person and they're not even honest with themselves? Person just sit here and looked you dead in the face, told you I don't have nothing going on. See, when you start studying self-awareness, you're like, why would you even lie like that? Your whole life in a mess. You might be on all type of pills and medications because you don't know how to deal with the mess, because you don't want to put in the work. So maybe you drinking more than you should, or maybe you smoking more than you should, or maybe you got some other addiction. You got something in your life that's causing you to escape the mess that you have. That's what terrifies me. See, when you study self-awareness, you just look at the person. You just look at them. You're just looking at them. Because in that moment, you know that they're not being honest with themselves, so they'll never be honest with you. Let me say this real quick. If a person hasn't surrendered to God, they will never stay committed to you. That should scare you or ignite you. If a person hasn't surrendered to God, they will never stay committed to you. Because if God can't get that person to commit, what makes you think you can? You're talking about the most powerful force in the universe. He couldn't get this person to commit. You think you're going to be able to do it? How's that going to work? God couldn't do it, but you're going to do it. Without God at the center of the relationship becomes impossible, because now the relationship is predicated on desire. Now the relationship is predicated on need. Now the relationship is predicated on expectations. Now the relationship is predicated on what's missing in this person. And they think that you are the solution to what's missing, never realizing that God was the solution the entire time. Without God at the center of the relationship, what's it built on? That's all I'm asking. If he's not at the center, what's it built on? What are we standing on here? A person who isn't fully committed to God will never know what it means to be fully committed to you. I said a person who isn't fully committed to God will never know what it means to be fully committed to you. Real love comes from God. Everything else is someone's attachment. Everything else is someone's expectations. Everything else is someone clinging. Let me say this. That part right there, Rika. If I can't surrender to him, I'll never surrender to you. If I can't stay committed to him, I'll never stay committed to you. If I'm not loyal to him, how can I ever be loyal to you? Make it make sense. Stop adding all of these people to your life because you're lonely, because you desire someone, because you think you need someone, because you think you need someone to complete you. Because if you are adding someone to your life that has not surrendered to God, if you are adding someone to your life that is not committed to God, that person will never stay committed to you. That should be the number one criteria. And I'm not talking about, we talk about this all the time. You got spiritual capacity, mental capacity, physical capacity. Okay? So spiritual capacity means I don't give a damn how many times that person goes to church. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter what's on you. What matters is what's in you. What matters is, do you live like that when no one else is around? Do you live like that when you're not at the church? Do you live like that when no one's watching you? Who do you transform into? Who do you become when no one's watching you? Because that's who you really are. Anyone can walk into church and sing and dance and holler and hoop and all of that stuff on Sunday. We all get that. That's cap. We get that part. That's spiritual capacity. Spiritual capacity means that you can quote the scriptures and you can quote the Bible and you can sing the songs and you can be in the choir and you can do all of those things. That's spiritual capacity. It means nothing to God. Mental capacity means that it's in you. Mental capacity means I don't give a damn if the church burned down. I'm going to be standing there. I don't give a damn if I'm sitting in the grass. I will be there. I don't care if no one else shows up. I'm showing up. I'm going to be the evidence of God even when no one else is watching me. That's mental capacity. That's a relationship that you can trust because that person has a powerful relationship with themselves. See, mental capacity means that when a person meets you, this is what they tell you. You'll never be number one in my life because God is number one. You can be special all day long, but you will never be the most important thing in my life because God is. That's the person you want in your life. That person that lets you know out the gate, you will never be the most important thing in my life because God is. The second most important thing in my life is me. Because if that person doesn't have a powerful relationship with themselves, they'll never have one with you. So I've got God, I've got me, and then there's you. You won the lottery. You won the relationship lottery because now your relationship has protection. Now your relationship has security. I don't want to be number one in your life. That's the most dangerous thing in the world. We've been programmed and conditioned to think, oh, I want to be the most important thing in your life. So we've been telling people that our whole life. I don't want to be number one in your life at all. I need God to be number one. I need you to be number two. Let me be that third thing. The most beautiful thing in the world is to be the third thing. I need you to be the most important thing in your life because if you're the most important thing in your life, our relationship will be powerful. If I'm the most important thing in your life, our relationship will be weak. It's going to be predicated on attachments. It's going to be predicated on clinging. You're going to need me to be all of these things for you that only God can be for you and only you can be for you. I don't want to be number one. Because if I'm your everything, what is God? Just help me figure it out. If I'm your everything, what role does God play in your life? I'm just asking. All right. Let me say this to you real quick before I get out of here. Because I feel like somebody may be dealing with this right now. Someone may be
struggling with this right now. Let me say this to you. People don't reject your worth. They reveal their limits. Big difference. No one has ever rejected your worth. They reveal their limits. They reveal their capacity. They're showing you. They're showing you. No one on earth has ever rejected your worth. Worth comes from you. So I can't reject your worth. What I can do is reveal my limits. I can reveal that I can't love you to the level that you want to be loved. I can reveal that I can't be loyal to you as I told you I would be. I can reveal that I can't live up to your expectations. I can reveal everything that I'm not for you. But we don't pay attention because we're so busy living in our mind. You ain't living in the reality. You don't want to accept the reality of the situation because you're too busy attaching hope to this person. You're too busy seeing them through their potential. You're too busy looking at and remembering the story that you created in your mind regarding who you hope you guys would become in the future. You're still hanging on to that. So you're not living in the relationship. You're living in your thoughts about the relationship. The person is revealing their capacity to you. So whatever's happening in your relationship right now, they're showing you. This is the best one I got. Whatever it is you're receiving is the best that you're going to get. You don't reject the person, you remove yourself from the situation. That's how you change the situation. You change the person in the situation. But don't get mad at the person because whatever their definition of love is, that's what they're giving you. Whatever their definition of happiness is, that's what they're giving you. They are revealing to you what their limitations are. Accept that. You ain't got to get on the phone with your girlfriend, talk for 2 and 3 hours about what's wrong with your relationship. That's wasted energy. The person is showing you. So if you don't like what's being shown to you, remove yourself from the situation or stay in the situation. But if you stay in the situation, don't complain about the situation because you're accepting that. People don't reject your worth. They reveal their limits. They're showing you. What are you pretending not to see? What are you pretending not to see? Then you get mad at the person, punishing yourself. Here comes my anger, I release that. Here comes my unhappiness, I release that. Here comes my joy, my depression, I release that. You're releasing all of the negative feelings for everything that this person couldn't be for you. They're showing you who they are. One more time, people don't reject their worth, they reveal their limits. When a person isn't giving you everything you want, need, and desire, it's because they're operating at full capacity. They can't give it to you. And in that moment, you got to make a decision. In that moment, you have to make a decision. Do I want this to be the rest of my life? Or do I need to remove myself? There's nothing to be upset about. You ain't got to be pissed off. There's nothing to be upset about. It's a beautiful thing. The person is showing you. And whatever they're doing is predicated on the value that they place on the relationship with you. They're giving you the best. If they could give you more, if they could give you more, they would give you more. It's not like that person is waking up every single day saying, oh, I could give her more, but I'm going to just choose not to. Nobody thinks like that. Whatever that person is giving you, they're giving you at their capacity, not yours. See, what we fail to realize is this. People can only love you as deeply as they love themselves. They can't love you more than that. People can only understand you as deeply as they understand themselves, and most people don't understand themselves. People operate at their level of consciousness, not yours. So you may have someone that cannot live up to what you need them to be for you, and that's okay. But don't complain about the relationship and stay in the relationship at the same time. If it's not enough for you, move on so that you can make room for what you need in your life.
But it doesn't make sense to wake up every single day unhappy. It doesn't make sense to wake up every single day stressed out. It doesn't make sense waking up every single day, mad at this person because they can't be everything that you need them to be for you. You need to be everything for you first. Everything that you need that person to be for you, be that for yourself first. You want love? Give it to yourself first. You want respect? Give it to yourself first. You want happiness? Give it to yourself first. You want peace? Give it to yourself first. And then you take so much pressure off of your partner when you're giving yourself everything first. Don't complain about what they're not giving you. Focus on what you are giving yourself. Let me close by saying this. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. The asset is you. I need you to hear me when I say this to you. The asset is you. And what happens to us is we're so focused on what our asset creates that we put all of the focus, energy, and attention on what the asset creates. Very little energy and attention on the asset itself. Take care of the asset. The greatest asset that God has ever created was you. He gave us one you. And this asset that you are has the power to change the world. This asset that you are can inspire people. This asset that you are can move nations. This asset that you are can do anything. But you can't do anything if you're not loving yourself. You can't do anything if you're not believing in yourself. You can't do anything if you're not showing up for yourself. Take care of the asset. Take the asset to the gym every day. Don't wait on someone to go with you. Take the asset out to dinner. Don't wait for someone else to come with you. Take the asset to that movie or to that play or whatever it is you want to do, out to the beach. Don't wait for someone else to show up and be with you. Take care of the asset because it's the only one you have. You got two assets. You got your physical body, you have your mind. Take care of both and invest in the asset called you. Don't focus so much on what your asset has created. Don't focus so much on who's attracted to the asset. Take care of the asset because when you keep your eye on the asset, everyone else will keep their eye on you. That's why I only chase me. I don't chase people. And the more I chase me, the more people chase me. When you choose you, the world will choose you as well. Take care of the asset. That's priority number one. Someone may want to walk away from the asset. Oh, well. This person over here may not believe in the asset. Oh, well. This person over here may criticize the asset. Oh, well. The relationship with you, between you and the asset, must always be powerful. No external validation, no needing someone else to believe in you, no needing someone else to choose you, no allowing someone to disrespect the asset. What do you mean somebody disrespected the asset? Freeze. God handed you the keys to the asset. What do you mean somebody's disrespecting the asset? What do you mean somebody's giving the asset less than what the asset deserves? What do you mean somebody's abusing the asset? What do you mean somebody's hurting the asset? You control the asset. What do you mean the asset is showing up small? What do you mean the asset is not speaking its truth? Stop all of that. All of that has to stop now. Take care of the asset, and anyone that doesn't place high value on the asset shouldn't have access to it. Let me say something to you real fast. Are you the diamond? Think about what I'm saying. Are you the diamond? Of course you're the diamond. But that doesn't mean anything when you allow the diamond to and allow people to have access to the diamond that can't value it, that can't appreciate it. Think about what I'm saying. This could be a real diamond. And I could go hand this to a 3-year-old kid. And the 3-year-old kid would just look at it. Because the 3-year-old kid in that moment wouldn't have the ability to place the right amount of value on it. They don't have enough intelligence to do that. They don't understand. So they would just look at it. And 5 minutes later, you might find that diamond outside in the grass somewhere because the kid no longer places value on the diamond because they don't know what the diamond is. Adults are no different. They just like the kid. See, we don't mature with age. We mature through suffering. We mature through self-awareness. We mature through emotional intelligence, not with age. Somebody programmed to condition you to think that because a person is 40 years old or 50 years old or 60 years old, that they should know how to place value on you. People can't place value on themselves. So sometimes you can take the diamond that you are and you place it in the hands of the wrong person that lacks the mental capacity to be able to place the right amount of value on you. That's what I'm saying to you. Are you a diamond? Absolutely. But you devalue the diamond that you are when you allow the wrong people to have access to it. And they're showing you, one more time, people don't reject your worth. They reveal their limits. They're showing you that they can't appreciate the diamond that you are, and you're pretending like you don't see it. The diamond is meaningless if you continue to place it in the hands of people that cannot appreciate high quality things. Don't let that go over your head. I said the diamond that you are becomes meaningless if you continue to place it in the hands of people that cannot appreciate high quality things. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. For all of my new people that just joining me today, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, just helping people to understand that you are both the problem and the solution to your own life. You are both a masterpiece and a work in progress all at the same time. The most beautiful thing in the world is the moment that you fully embrace and understand that. All of the problems in your life are being created by your programming and conditioning. That's it. That's it. It's very simple. Your programming and conditioning, because anytime that reality, anytime that life, anytime that people are out of alignment with what you think should be and with what you think should happen in that moment, you punish yourself. And you punish yourself because you release the negative feelings, because we don't understand that life doesn't come with some predetermined, predefined meaning. All of the meaning in life comes from you. And the moment that you attach meaning to something, you also generate and create the feeling associated with the meaning that you just attached to that thing. It's important that we understand that. It's important that we understand that. There's only one thing in life. That's it. That's all. Love. And then there's the absence of love. There's love and then the absence of love. And anytime that love's presence is not in your life, you shouldn't be there either. Anytime that you're in some environment, you're around some situation, you're around something and love is not there, you shouldn't be there. What happens when love is not there? Drama. What happens when love is not there? Unhappiness. What happens when love is not there? People projecting their wounds onto you. That's the formula for life. Anytime that love is not there, I can't be there. Not because I think I'm better than you, but because I can't open the window to suffering. I can't open the window to depression. I can't open the window to drama because I stayed in an environment or a situation that was out of alignment with what I am. Love is what you are. You always follow what you are. Stop pretending to be things that you're not. Pretend out of alignment with what I am. Love is what you are. You always follow what you are. Stop pretending to be things that you're not. Pretending to be, have to decide what you are going to accept or tolerate. You have to decide how much time and energy am I going to focus on building the life that I want, or am I going to wake up today and continue to build more of what I already don't want? Continue to build more of what I'm running from. Okay? My phone, I think my phone was ringing at the time. That's why it probably, my screen may have frozen like that. So, for all of you guys that are ready to become the most powerful versions of yourselves, let me tell you how you do it. My partners and I created a community called Mindset Masters, and the reason why we created Mindset Masters was very simple. Every single business was created to solve some problem, and Mindset Masters is just that. The world is not suffering due to a lack of religion. We got religion on every corner. The world is suffering due to a lack of self-awareness. The world is suffering due to a lack of emotional intelligence. The world is suffering because people don't know what they are. They don't know what they're connected to. They don't know who they are at their essence. They only know what they've achieved. They only know their accomplishments. They only know their routines and their habits and their attitudes and their behaviors. But very few people know who they are at their essence. And that's what Mindset Masters is about. It's about helping you first to master your mindset. Why is that important? Because you thinking yourself into depression, you think yourself into fear, you think yourself into unhappiness, you think yourself into worry and stress and imposter syndrome and all of that. And all of that suffering needs to stop immediately because you're punishing. How would you ever become the most powerful version of yourself if you're always punishing yourself? Think about what I'm saying. How would you ever become the most powerful version of yourself if you're always punishing yourself? Anytime that something is out of alignment with what you think should be. Self-awareness is going to bring you to that place where you sit down your programming and conditioning, because that's the number one threat to you. Self-awareness is going to bring you to that place where you set down your ego, because that's the second biggest threat to you. Self-awareness is going to bring you to that place where you set down your labels and your judgments and your assumptions that we make about people, and we don't even know the backstory to that person. It's going to help you to set and get rid of all of those things so that you can see reality as it is and not as you imagine it to be. So that's what the Mindset community is about. Also, all of my live streams are archived inside of the Mindset Masters community, so you're going to have access to that. You're going to have access to me as your life coach, and you're going to get 2 other life coaches as well. You're going to have access to my podcast, which is amazing, because what my podcast is, my live streams, I've got a team of people that take my live streams and kind of condense my live stream down into a podcast. So that way you can just kind of take me on the go, or listen to me at the gym, or on a walk, or cleaning your house, or whatever it is you're doing. That's the great thing about the podcast. You're going to have access to that. I write every single day inside the podcast on self-awareness, self-mastery, emotional relationship mastery, emotional intelligence. The community is flooded with powerful information, not to mention the people inside of the community are amazing. To me, that's my favorite part. Not just so much my podcast and the live streams and what I write and me doing exclusive live streams inside of the community every Tuesday and Thursday evening. All of that's great. What's amazing is the people inside of the community have been rocking with me for so long that they have become a force in their own right, which makes everything in the community powerful. That's why my live streams are as powerful as they are, because there's so many of my students, they know the way I think, because we shadow box every single day on this. And so that's what's so beautiful about it, is that everything becomes powerful when the people around you are just as powerful as well. And that's for me, that's my favorite thing about it. If you are ready to take your life to the next level, if you are ready to become a master of self, if you are ready to become the most powerful version of yourself, again, self-awareness is a journey that you got to take by yourself. Self-mastery is something that you have to do by yourself. It's not something that you can do in a group. It's not about you and your partner. It's about you. Type me in the comments if you are ready to take your life to the next level. And the entire community is $1 a day. $1 a day, $29 a month, no contracts, no obligations. But if you've got to be, let me say it this way, you have to be,
Yeah, I train coaches as well. Yeah, we've got therapists in there, psychiatrists in there. We've got some of everyone inside of our community. But my point, lawyers, doctors. But my point is this: if you don't have a burning desire to become something greater than you are right now, don't sign up. Don't sign up, because you're making the job of the coaches so much harder because you're not really there. Right? And if you're not there, that's okay. Maybe you'll be there in a month from now. Maybe you'll be there 6 months from now, whatever. You can always sign up later. But if you don't have a burning desire to really become a master of self, to really become self-aware, because it requires you to put in the work. If you bring 50%, I'll bring the other 50%, and the two of us combined become creative force. So this is how you sign up. You guys can hold that link down for like 3 seconds that Tara has pinned. Hold that link down for like 3 seconds. Copy and paste it in your browser, and then it will take you to the sign up page. Also, you're going to get a free copy of my book when you guys sign up today. So when you get signed up today, you get a free copy of my book. It's going to come in ebook format. So just send me your email address when you get inside of the community. Not here on TikTok. Send me the email address when you get inside of the community. And you guys are going to get a free copy of the book today. You need the book. Yep, that part right there, Rika. The book is also available on Amazon. But the book's essential. It's essential for your spiritual journey, right? God is 444. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Mama. Yeah, it's essential for your journey and your growth. And the book's not about me. Oh, Nitro, you said you getting your copy today? You getting ready to? I love that book. That book is crazy. I'm not just saying that because it's my book. I'm telling you, that book is fire. Okay, Nitro. Okay. Well, Nitro, would this be your first time? Would this be your first time reading it? I'm telling you, that book's getting ready to take your mind somewhere. Woo! X, I appreciate that. That book is going to take your mind somewhere. That part right there, Monica, I'm telling you, I just held the pen. God wrote the book. I held the pen. He wrote the book. Okay, Nitro, I see you. Hey, Tom, my brother, what's going on? I just caught you. I didn't even know you was on here. Yeah, the book is, I'm telling you, the book is something special. The book is something special. The book is something special. Yeah, Queen. So what you want to do is go to my profile page. Somebody do me a favor, click the link. I'll put the link up there. Vonnie or somebody put that link? Yeah, Queen, copy and hold that link down for like 3 seconds. And then copy and paste it and just put it inside of your browser, and then it'll take you to the community, and then you can get signed up. Yeah, the book is fire. The book is one of those ones. I promise you, the book is amazing. The book is amazing. I'm not just saying that. I'm telling you, God wrote the book. I take credit for holding the pen. I will say that. I take credit for holding the pen. I held it tight too. He wrote the book. What's up, Moni? So good to see you, Mama. Good morning. Well, I'm saying good morning. I don't know what time it might be where you are. So you think you got it? Yeah. So, yeah, but again, it's $29 a month. No contracts. We don't want to do that. No obligations. We don't want to do that. You know, it's you're gonna love it. Jordan, I see you. You're welcome. Muhammad, my brother, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? The book is Secret of Awareness. The Secret of Awareness. The Secret of Awareness. How powerful are you ready to be? The Secret of Awareness by Jordan Williams. If you want to get the physical copy, you can just get it on Amazon. Yeah, if you want the physical copy, you can get it on Amazon. The Secret of Awareness. How powerful are you ready to be? The book is your book. Lovely Ariane, I see you, Mama. The book is your book. Like, it's your blueprint, it's your manual. Because I know and you may have said this before yourself. I've said it before I wrote the book. When you like, oh man, life doesn't come with an instruction manual, or life doesn't come with a blueprint. Who said that before? Who said that at least one time before? Like, oh, life doesn't come with an instruction manual or life doesn't come with a blueprint. Right? I used to say that all the time. Yes, it does. Yes, it does come with an instruction manual. Yes, it does come with a blueprint. Mr. KMP, that book is the instruction manual. It's the blueprint. It's all about you. It has nothing to do with me. It's all about you. The book is about you. That's what's great about it. Everybody's going to have it. You're going to have a different, every person is going to have a different experience from the book because we listen from our programming and conditioning. That's how we listen to people, through our programming and conditioning. So for every person, it's going to hit you differently. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Queen said she halfway through that bad boy. I'm telling you, I'm good. That book is busted. That book is fire. That book is fire. Any other community related questions before I remember today, if all you talk about is your problems, you become the problem. If all you talk about is what's wrong with your life, you become what's wrong with your life. The life you receive is the life you focus on. Focus on who you're becoming, not on who you've been. It doesn't matter who you were. It only matters who you're becoming. It's the only thing that matters. Nothing else matters. Namita, what's up, mama? So good to see you. I'm telling you, focus on who you're becoming all day. That's the only thing I'm so focused on who I'm becoming. Like, I literally don't have time to be stressed out. I don't have time to focus on yesterday. I don't have time to focus on tomorrow. Like, I literally don't have time. Like, I don't have the time. And see, for so many people, that's why you're not the most powerful version of yourself, because you're not growing. You're not growing every single day, right? You have too much idle time on your hands. So you're always, and your brain is bored. You got to understand, it wants to grow. It wants challenges. It wants different things. You know, so when you're not growing and you're not evolving and all these other things like that, it's bored. So it's sitting here watching you binge watch Netflix. It'll take off and start thinking about what happened yesterday and what might happen tomorrow and all of those things. And you don't realize that that's happening. And before you know it, your whole mood has shifted. Before you know it, your vibrational frequency has gone down. Before you know it, you're not happy. You're not experiencing joy. And then what do? We go find something to be some synthetic version of happiness, whether we start drinking or we start smoking or we start gambling or we start some porn addiction, something that you got going on to feel what's missing in you. No, get busy getting busy. Start building your life. See, a lack of self-confidence means that you're not building yourself. A lack of self-confidence means that you're not investing in yourself. A lack of self-confidence means that you keep waking up being the same person that you were yesterday. A lack of self-confidence means that you're not, that you don't keep your word to yourself. You keep making all of these promises and I'm going to start doing this and I'm going to start doing that and I'm going to and you don't do it. And you've been doing that for so long that your brain no longer trusts you. That's what happens. Anytime that you lack self-confidence, it's because you're not growing, you're not building yourself, you're not investing in yourself. You keep waking up being the same person you were yesterday. You keep making all of these promises and guarantees about what you're going to do. You don't do it, but you keep your word to everyone else. You keep your word to other people. You just don't keep your word to you. And so your brain is like, you're always saying you're going to do something. You don't turn every should into a must. That's truly how you become the most powerful version of yourself. Just turning every should into a must. Making sure that every choice and decision is aligned. My choices and decisions are aligned. I turn every should into a must. I keep my word to myself. You know, whatever I say I'm going to do, I'm going to do it. You know, I'm going to start that diet. You don't do it. Oh, I'm going to start working out. You don't do it. Oh, I'm going to walk away from toxic. Oh, I don't do it. I should quit my job. You don't do it. You don't keep your word to yourself. So your brain is like, I don't trust you. That's why. And then not only that, I'm going to tell you what's worse. After you don't do all of those things, then you have the audacity to start asking people their opinion about your life that have never been where you're trying to go. You asking someone's opinion about something that has never been where you're trying to go.
So the only thing that that person can give you is their limitations. The only thing that that person can give you is their programming and conditioning. The only thing that that person can give you is their fears. They can't give you any value because they've never been where you're trying to go. So what are you asking them for? That's another reason why you lack confidence, because you're always stepping outside. Because they've never been where you're trying to go. So what are you asking them for? That's another reason why you lack confidence, because you're always stepping outside of